I don't know how you're sitting or will be sitting.
So I get kind of an idea. No, I think we're pretty good, man.
Cool. I would prefer the other mic, but these ones just look better. And they work better sitting two people wise.
They don't take up anywhere near as much room as
Fucking probably should have made a poster about this, but just did not.
a post. Oh,
Yeah.
it'll be fine. People will either be in it or they won't be in it. Let's see if I can Chromecast my phone.
I was thinking when I was driving here, what songs or what song am I embarrassed about, but the song that I love a lot.
Okay.
And it was that milkshake song that my milkshake brings on the
Really?
yeah.
Hmm.
Man, fucking twerk to that shit.
You love that song though,
I
huh?
only know that part of the song though, but I love that song. I can't like sing the rest of the song to you at all
I don't think I could either.
because I just keep thinking of Ben Stiller. Just, Fatty make it funny.
I don't remember much of that song. I definitely wouldn't
It's just that
say
part, though.
that
It's
I
like,
hated it at all, though. It
I'm
never.
just
I thought
embarrassed
it.
by it for some reason.
It was. I mean, it was definitely culturally sound for the time. Man, I definitely have. Like, I could probably have a whole library, a whole playlist of
Songs
music
that you're embarrassed
that I'd
by.
be like, this shit does not play when other people are around, or with anything either other than headphones, because I don't want some motherfucker walking by and just being like, "Oh God, what is wrong with him?" Like, there we go. Okay. All
Calm
right.
down, chair.
Dude, I know. We really need new lay chairs. Somebody buy us chairs. That'd be great.
Oh! This isn't the. This is the live play feed. Okay.
Yeah.
Should have known.
All right. There we go. That kind of. So, if you need to have the
does that
IMDb.
mean?
Welcome to live chat. Oh. What? VOIFY? I don't know what that means.
Sandra Webb. Let us know what you mean.
I don't know what VOI is. VOI. What? Will you turn up the sound on your phone?
Sure.
Because mine's connected to the TV now.
Let us know what you mean.
I don't know what VOI is. VOI.
It seems okay.
Yeah, that sounds good enough to me. Huh. Oh shit, will you unplug the fridge?
Not valid or that's void.
VOI. I feel like it's supposed to be an acronym for something.
Which one's the fridge?
I think it's this one. I got it. I did it right here. That's good enough.
Oh,
Right there. So, okay, cool. All right. Well then, shall we? I think we shall. You have to count me down though. I can't count myself down. Oh, that seems weird.
Hmm?
Said you have to count me down though. I can't count myself down. It seems weird.
Value of information.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Thanks for the comment, I guess. I still don't understand.
You guys are just already drunk. We're just already drunk. We're too drunk already.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Let me know when you're ready. And I'll count you down.
Oh, I'm ready, boo.
Okay, going down in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Brewnomics. A special one this time as we're just doing a Hellbound review. It is myself, Jerry.
And I'm Paula.
There we go. Just the two of us. A nice little tight, intimate one here.
I was waiting for everybody else to go.
Right? He's like, usually I go last.
And I don't see anybody else here.
So yeah, full-on spoilers into Hellbound, which is the new Netflix original series. It's existed long before Netflix as a property, I suppose, but officially made into a series. So, yeah. It's weird because we're drinking beer just because we drink beer, but we're foregoing beer reviews on this one. And I almost don't know how to start a podcast if I'm not starting with drinking. So, Paula, what do you know about, like, what did you know about Hellbound before you started watching it? Why'd you watch it? Before really talking about the show at all.
I knew absolutely nothing about it. I remember watching or seeing the trailer whenever it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
So like a month ago before the show came out. I don't know. And then I forgot about it. And then you brought it up,
Mm-hmm.
which got me into it again.
Yeah. I started watching it just because I was scrolling through, I can't remember which social media it was, doesn't really matter, but I saw like a picture of the creatures, and I'm always looking for a fun new monster show or something, and that's more what I thought it was, because the creatures are just these big, terrifying, black, hulking things.
Yeah, they're smoky,
Yeah.
but they're hulks.
Right? But you can like see the musculature in it. It's like they ain't got no skin. I don't know, but they're cool looking. So, and then I was like, what the hell is this? And then I saw it was the same creator of the guy that did Train to Busan. Wait, I don't know what his name is, and I feel like I'm going to try to pronounce some of these names and just have to apologize in advance because I don't know. But it's Sang Ho Yun. What do you think, Paula? Is that good enough?
Yeah, I think you did well.
Cool. We'll go with that. So, yeah, that's pretty much nothing else. I was like, I didn't feel good, so I had a few days to stay home. So I was like, shit, I might as well watch something new. It's only 6 episodes, so if I don't like it, I won't keep watching it. But worst come to worst, it's only 6 episodes. You know, it's not like you're putting in a whole lot of time
No,
into this one.
And it's from South Korea, and they've just been killing it.
Killing it.
In everything.
I'm absolutely loving the South Korean creations because obviously Squid Game was, just an absolute phenomenon. And it will be, I think, for quite some time, one way or the other. Aforementioned Train to Busan's a great one. The Host, I love a lot of Korean media, especially the movies and TV shows they do.
And, yeah, K-pop took over the world.
Yeah.
Beatles style. I would assume we might get a decree because the dogs are going crazy right now.
Okay, so how would you, if you were to throw an elevator pitch to somebody about this show to get them to watch it, God damn it, you have 90 seconds to do so. What do you say?
Well, text your dog first and just tell her, hey, text her. Yeah, right. Emergency text.
So we'll get it on her phone.
This is why you need a ring inside your house. Just be like, who's barking? Daisy, Evie?
Oh, I think it's passed.
It passed.
Okay.
How would I sell Hellbound? Okay, so going through it, I thought it had notes of like Death Note. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Nope.
Okay, it's almost like silly taken super seriously.
Sure.
Because in Death Note, you write the name of the person and how they're going to die, and that's what happens.
Right.
And in this one, they tell you these monsters come out of nowhere. So I really want to. I think explaining the monsters like they're hulks works well.
I think that's really the best way to do it. They're smoky hulks because they physically look like what you would think a hulk
angels,
is.
however you perceive them.
Whatever, maybe aliens. Some theories there, even
meets the following, like Death Note meets the following. Sort of.
Yeah, because it gets, and that's one of those things that I didn't expect to be attracted by was the cultish aspect for it, the real kind of social look on religion, what happens when a religion turns into a cult. If you're on the outside of society, outside of that, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
And it plays like a manga, well, a webtoon, whatever, but it doesn't. It's not. It plays like it should be. It's not meant to be super, super real.
Right.
You gotta take it as it is, but it's that world.
Mm-hmm. But it is. It's interesting how they made it so real world though, because obviously it's silly because I don't think anything like this would happen, and boy, I don't know how I would react if it did.
I'd probably cry every day.
Because
never ever. I would stop jacking off. I suppose is that a sin to jack off?
No, I think it's a sin not to.
I feel like they would say it's a sin in that show. Like, you can't jack off.
Well,
you're gonna die.
I found it very interesting what this religion decided to make sins and not sins, but we'll get into that. So, yeah, essentially, Dirtline is, these pop-up aliens, angels. They called them angels, big white faces. What up, Jerry? You've been damned to hell. You got till Thursday at 9:30.
Yeah, so essentially you get Zordon, who appears out of nowhere.
Sure.
He's like smoky
Zordon,
Zordon.
I like that.
And he's like, yo, what up, yo? I just want to let you know you're going to die here, like, at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, go fuck yourself. And then he disappears.
Right. And so the overarching or the immediate philosophy once it comes out is essentially you're called Hellbound, and they come up and they called them demonstrators, because they demonstrated what it was like to be in hell before they take you to hell. So that was one thing, is it's a little silly and all of a sudden just brutally violent. Just absurdly like, oh, shit. And I also like what these people went through. Like the first guy that you see it happen to, they just beat the shit out of him in traffic.
Oh, my God.
And it's just literally this gigantic hulking figure, like MCU Hulk, like that level of strength, too. These things are unstoppable. Smashing him in, like dragging his face across the street, smash him into a bus, smash him into another car, and the guy's like still up and trying to crawl away. It's like, no, you're already dead, bruh. Super dead. So, like, the over-the-top violence a little bit, I was just like,
Yeah,
damn.
well, the brutality just really sold it, because like, you're going to hell. They're going to treat you like this in hell. We're going to beat the fuck out of you because you sinned.
Yeah.
And then we're going to, from what we've seen, like, take your soul.
Yeah.
Take it to hell.
Yep. Yep, it was pretty much what it seems. I mean, they definitely own your soul. I mean, we even see one point, because they introduced very early on a, what's his name? Jungjinsu. Was that the main one? The pastor, leader. What did they call him? Not the
Chairman.
prophet. Chairman. Thank you. Cannot think of the word chairman for some freaking reason. He becomes a chairman. You find it out. Essentially, he was raised an orphan. I had mixed feelings on this guy, because at first I liked him, and I was like, you're a fucking psychopath sort of thing. So, we're not going to recap the show too much, because obviously if you guys watch this show, if you're watching the show, it's because you watched the show, so you know what happened. But so Homeboy, he's an orphan. He gets his damnation warning. His decree 20 years later. And so within that 20 years, he decides, well, essentially at first he was going to go kill himself, which I thought was an interesting concept. But then he sees a demonstration essentially in the mountains or wherever he is, and then decides to go spread the word that this evil's out there, and essentially just do righteous acts. Just try to be a good person is his whole thing, even though he's not a good person. I don't think so, at least. We can get into that a little bit.
He's a bag of nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You like some of them, but you don't like a lot of it.
Yeah. Well,
or half and half.
Sure, fair enough. He's a trail mix.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of get it. The dudes, you put yourself in that position, already had a super tough upbringing, and then you're damned to hell for 20 years. You have this hanging over your head. I don't care who you are. That's going to fuck with you.
Well, for him, he's kind of like a supervillain. He had an idea of like what the world should be.
Mm-hmm.
If they knew what we think is the truth, the world would go crazy. And so he took it upon himself. Just the next 20 years, I'm going to try to do this, and he did it.
Oh, it's very Jesus-like, with definitely shades of Jesus in there with murder, because to my knowledge, Jesus never murdered.
That we know of.
I didn't read that anywhere in the Bible.
That's why it was in the Bible, bro. You gotta deep web this shit.
But this motherfucker, so obviously the other character is the cop. I can't remember his name, because again, these names are hard for whites to pronounce. But I also like how they made this a 2 chapters. So it was Jin. We'll just call him Jin, Jin. That was his name. The cop, Jin. And his daughter, his wife was just randomly, brutally murdered, it seems like. Which, hey, happens. Doesn't happen that often, but sometimes people are just, just feel like murking somebody, and they're just going to murk a lady on the street. Happened to his wife. His daughter kind of joins this, I guess we can call the new truth of religion.
It became one. I would say at first it's a following.
At first, a following, not a. I didn't think cult. The Arrowhead, hardcore cultists.
Oh, those guys
That's
are-
like when you
those
take
guys
it
are
extremist.
hard
That's
right,
that's
yeah.
the cult. So that's like, I guess, if you're in America, to me, a good analogy is, the new truth is just non-secular Christianity, and Arrowhead is Westboro Baptist. Just take it to the absolute extreme. Psychopaths go out and just
Okay,
do the
yeah,
worst
take it to
things
the
to
limit,
people.
yeah.
And if you're, if you're Westboro Baptist, you're probably not watching this. But if you are and you're offended by that, I don't fucking care. Your life's a lie. Get out of that church, cult place. You do terrible things.
I heard your life was a lie, guys.
Yeah. But, like, to me, when you sit there, it's just the hypocrisy within it. It's like, the first rule in Christianity, that's why I don't like Westboro, is you're not supposed to judge. You can't do that. No man can damn another person to hell or anything. And they're out there, like homosexuality is an abomination and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, whenever you say that, you immediately go against everything, in my opinion, Christianity teaches. The Arrowhead is the same thing. You're supposed to be pure and you're supposed to be sin-free. You have that crazy cult leader, neon live streamer dude just popping up. It's just a mouth like a sailor. Which one? I guess, cussing's not necessarily a sin, but could be inappropriate. Leads down the path. But then he's encouraging people to, like, brutally beat the shit out of others. That they redeem his sins because, maybe they had an affair. Not an awesome thing to do. You shouldn't be beat half to death for it. Like, and so I just immediately like, whoa.
Yeah, that guy's basically like Fox News.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
But yeah, he's a YouTuber who just, he's hard right Jay, but like super hard right Jay.
Yeah, and screams way too much. I did kind of think they took it a bit far with the live streaming.
It was a lot.
Tone that down a little bit. But then it was interesting because the next person damned is this very sweet mom. Park something, I think was her name, with 2 kids. And, nobody knows why she sinned. So they're just essentially making shit up. Like, she beats her kids or, she was an adulterer or whatever.
That's what they went with mainly, yeah. And, okay. So not to get like, story by story within the show or just, step by step. I want to get back to originally what it is. So you get Zordon, who's like, you're gonna die, and then the bad Power Rangers come by and kill you. You get taken away. That's the show, and you kind of live within this world. Now, knowing that, what I was thinking was, what if someone just said, okay, whatever, to the head, to Zordon. Zordon is like, hey, you're gonna die, and you're just like, whatever, dude, and you just keep on like playing video games or something. Sure. Like, I kind of want to see like his reaction. Like, hey, I need to do my job.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's like, well, it's kind of like at that point too. I was like, it's kind of like Monsters Inc. when he's like, I need you to be scared.
Right. Or if somebody's just like, thank you, I am so ready to go. I didn't want to do it myself, but knowing you're going to.
Super hard.
Do you have a high five? Can we high five? Can you
just make it super awkward?
Yeah, right. And that's one thing I found really interesting was we saw range. Usually it seemed like a few days, but range from that one girl 30 seconds to the chairman 20 years to some being 3 years. It's like I kind of found that interesting, and I wonder what the thought process was behind, because the variety from 30 seconds to 20 years is a good chunk of time.
It's a lot.
Like, because if you have 30 seconds, there's not much planning you can do to try and rectify the situation. If you have 20 years, you can start a new religion, apparently. I don't know, man. I'd be trying to, I'd be researching and trying to find holy weapons and stuff. I don't know, see if there's some sort of Excalibur or ebony blade that can take him out and at least try and have a fighting chance. Especially if you thought you were innocent. Like, if I'm actually a piece of shit and I'm like, it's fair, I've murdered 3 people and they didn't have it coming. Okay, you got me. But if it's like some of these people, like the chairman initially, by all means, no mortal sins. Mom, no mortal sins. A lot of these sins were just sins. To me, were so minor. So minor. It's like they're misdemeanors, not felonies,
Yeah, you just jaywalked. You shouldn't go to hell for it.
Right. You jaywalked. You get death penalty. It's like, Jesus, where are we? Singapore?
What was
Is this
that?
Saudi Arabia? Am I a woman?
What was that episode? Damn, what was that episode of Parks and Rec with the guy from Portlandia? He came in.
Fred Armisen?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's from the other country.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
like, "Go to jail."
It's a fake South American country or Central American country.
Go to jail. Straight to jail. That's this world.
Pretty much, man. But God, it was fucking brutal. How'd you feel about that time jump? Did it take you a while to catch up with that? Because after essentially the chairman gets his sentencing, we see the sweet lawyer lady go. She gets info, kind of lead her onto this. She goes and finds his original pastor. He turns out to be a piece of fuck. Clearly just doing this because he's power hungry. Nothing else. Doesn't even believe in the cause. He just likes being in charge. He likes the attention. That's all it is. So, he throws her out. She gets beat. And then all of a sudden, we don't see the cop again after that or his daughter. We presume the lawyer lady's dead. And we just jump forward. And for a while, it took me maybe the whole episode to the next one to be like, oh shit, it's like 7 years later. Or however, I actually have no idea how much longer it was.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I don't either. I just know that you were here and then you were there and you just had to accept it.
Right. And once I realized that, it didn't bother me at all. I didn't have any serious attachments to this. I don't really care what happened to him. It's I like that they took that almost like a second chapter. It did at first, but once I accepted it, it was easy for me to move on.
Yeah. After you finished that third episode or whatever, you're like, okay.
I just wish they would have started episode 4 with 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Or something. Just give us something.
It was a little annoying. Because you want to know what happened to the cop.
Yeah.
And hopefully they bring that back around.
I would like to see what that. You wanted to know what happened to the lawyer, but you do end up obviously finding out what happened with her. God, her poor mother. Man, that part pissed me off so bad. That was one thing. I was like, these Koreans need to learn how to fight. Man, there's just too much sitting there and taking it. And obviously they have very different gun laws, so these people aren't going to be carrying like Americans are, which also makes me be very thankful to be American when I see shit like that. Oh my God, I'm so glad I can defend myself, and if I had to. But yeah, that was one thing I took away from this, and Squid Game and a lot of the Korean shit. I don't know if it's just something with the movies and the way the shows, the way they're shot, but I'm just I know it's a very polite culture. Right, but it's didn't you guys invent Taekwondo? Kick that motherfucker in the face.
That's just a dancing sport.
It's all it is now. Especially, it's just turned into a dance. Not a very good martial art to start with. I know what I said.
Do a lot of flips.
Yeah, definitely made me be thankful to be American in certain cases like that. Because I'm if I know there's some crazy cult and I'm sitting here and I'm actively rooting against these guys, I'm going to be packing because I know these motherfuckers are coming at me with baseball bats. And one of the few things that beats a baseball bat in a fight is, getting shot in the face.
Yeah.
Don't shoot people in the face. But if I were in this particular situation,
especially living in that world, it's sort of like, why don't you have something that to use to defend yourself with?
They've murdered your friends. You've seen it. They're coming at you. Don't make it easy on them.
Yeah, as you shouldn't. I want to get back to the Zordon.
Okay. Zordon. I love that you call it Zordon. I didn't put that together, but as soon as you said it, yep. Makes sense.
The only thing I could think of when Jerry and I decided we're going to do this episode was how this floating face lives his life.
Right.
I would assume there's many of them, and if there's only just one, and I think he has a family for some reason, and he's always just working. He's like, I gotta go here, I gotta go there. He's never home. He has a wife and kids.
Especially lately, he's been busy.
And the kids just can't learn anything because they gotta learn from school because of COVID. From his floating face, I'm like, I don't know why I can't get off this. The whole day today, I was like, why can't I just not stop talking about this fucking fake world I just created?
It's real easy to go down the rabbit hole. So if you were the mom, or say you were dad and you had the two kids, and they wanted to live stream it, the chairman and the New Truth, but you knew your kids were going to be taken care of because they offered a whole bunch of money, even though they kind of turned on her. I hope they at least paid her out. They got the lawyer involved, but then they try to kill the lawyer. So I don't know. Hopefully the kids got the money. Would you let them stream it? Would you let them stream your fate getting beat like that if your kids were taken care of?
Yeah.
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 I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So
I would hope they don't watch it. But yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be a big ask for me. Is let's not watch it if possible. I don't think I would, if like I were one of the kids, definitely wouldn't be able to watch it then. But I don't think there'd ever be a time where I'd be able to. That would be haunting.
That'd be fucking terrible.
I'd like not just that. If I knew it happened to my parent, and I knew in my heart my parent was a good person, like I'd never watch any of that with anybody. Like again, you'd have to actively fight against it, but again, you'd have to have a fucking backbone.
I want to get back to Zordon. So I'm also thinking when he appears, it can be anywhere. Obviously, you could be taking a shit. You can be being intimate with yourself.
Right,
else.
right.
Whatever it may be, you're driving. He's like, you're gonna die like in 2 seconds. Bye bye.
See ya.
And then like the Hulks ain't have to come by because you're already dead, but they come by anyway just to beat the fuck out of you, take your soul. But I mean, like I was just wondering, he just appears anywhere.
Absolutely anywhere. Well, and then these creatures appear anywhere and they disappear just like into wherever. Yeah.
Imagine like you're scuba diving, you're underwater, you're like, what the fuck? Is this a water phenomenon? What the hell is happening right now? Mm-hmm. Then a shark comes by. Or it's like, you're gonna die by Kraken. Show me potato salad.
I mean, that's one of the things. If I gotta die young, I hope it's at least a good story. Not something like super boring. Like he just slipped on the pavement. It was icy. He just slipped. It's like sad and tragic, yeah, but you don't want to be remembered going out that way. Kraken, though. Motherfucker got taken out by the Kraken! Yeah, I was going to be talking about that. It's a better story. I want the better story. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you there. I think I would like to slip on like a couple blades of grass or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how Paula died. Yeah. Just slipped on grass.
It went out gently. Gentleman. Went out gently. The one part I got, because I immediately had the thought, like, well, if you give me 3 years and I know I'm not in control, or however long enough to really think about it, right? Not just a few days. Because I think the first few days, no matter who you are, you're just going to kind of be sitting there shook, like, the fuck is happening? The fuck is happening? The fuck is happening? But if you got, years or months, you got time to process it. My thought was like, well, if I know I can't take these guys out, there's no real chance. Fuck it, I'll off myself. I'm going out on my own terms. Then they address that. Or it happened to one person. They dragged his soul back out and then beat the shit out of his soul in front of their family.
Yeah.
That was nuts. Nuts. So that's
funny
why,
to think about.
Well, exactly, right? So silly. So that's why at first I was wondering, is it like it? Obviously, it's not a center thing. They got that wrong. Is it paranormal? Is it like just random acts that it happens to? Is it alien trying to disguise it? Maybe they're actually, it looks like they're charred, but they're doing some weird teleportation so they can experiment on these bodies. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it probably is demons. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I would assume like one big joke, right? So it's like Pixel Stick?
Mixel
Yeah, whatever his name is, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he and his buddy. It's just, the guy from like fucking, also the guy from the Flintstones, whatever, Kazoo, whatever.
Yep.
I'm just going to fuck with humans.
Sure.
So we got 3 assholes and a dude with no body. And they're like, you know what we should do today? Oh, this is working really well. Let's just be dicks. Let's just be dicks.
Yeah.
My wife's a bitch. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's go be dicks. Like that's what I'm assuming in this world of demons. Like it's like Beetlejuice land. They're all just fucking assholes.
Right.
Dicks and assholes.
Well then, so, man, coming to the second chapter.
Oh yeah.
The big thing about that one is the baby.
It's a baby got a decree.
The baby got the decree. Turns the whole world asunder. So first off, as a parent, if you are a parent, I can't imagine like brand new baby. Nope, it's gone.
Because it proves that, that the new truth's churches is all wrong.
Exactly.
The baby done nothing wrong. It was just born. And so it becomes this big thing when no one really knows about it yet, except for the parents. And they're like, what should we do? And then Miss Lawyer lady has like her own like
almost like anti-new
backyard.
truth.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
underground, we're going to try. We don't believe in this. We think they're wrong. The people that are getting decreed are getting harassed and treated like second-class citizens. We don't like that. So if we find out it happens, we're going to take care of these people first. Give them some sort of dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
That's pretty dope.
Which also, if
Pretty
you're
dope.
in that group, learn how to fight, and then you won't get, burned to death. Or you'll have a better chance. Sometimes
Just
it's gonna
fucking defend
happen.
yourself, yeah.
I do love that lawyer lady learned to kick some ass afterwards.
Yeah, she killed it.
She
slayed
killed it, slayed it. That fucking like retractable baton thing, beat people with. Good. I'm glad she learned some skills. But I guess that what happens when you
Get almost beaten to death.
beaten to death a few times.
But yeah, so the whole chapter, this chapter is all about the baby. Like, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? And you keep thinking to yourself, like, am I going to see this baby get brutally murdered?
Dude. And it's like, please don't make me watch this. Please, you can't make me watch that. That's like this did not get greenlit, right? Thank God it didn't. I really like the dichotomy of the dad being a producer at the TV station that's doing the New Truth documentaries, and he doesn't like the New Truth. They're buying into their shit.
Yeah, it's a
he's
job.
like a smart guy. I appreciated that, but then it seems like his wife does, and that really upset me. Every scene with her, I was just like, "Oh, you goddamn bitch! You goddamn bitch! Oh, why?
Goddamn
Why?
bitch.
You dumb! You dumb! It! Oh, what are you doing? What are you?"
Is it Tuesday? Do you see her? No, it's next Tuesday. Oh, damn. Goddamn bitch.
Yeah.
But, she didn't really know. They didn't seem like religious people, and she just thought to them, or her, I would assume she just thought, like, they might have an answer that I might like.
We're right, because clearly in this world, they're at least perceived as the most knowledgeable when stuff like this happens. And again, the trauma that would happen if you see your baby get decreed. What if she wasn't in the room, though, and it just happened and she never noticed? And then, baby just wouldn't.
That would be something else.
Yeah, it would make for a less good show, I suppose.
Well, yeah, the parents wouldn't be able to prove that the baby got a decree, but, it obviously got brutally murdered.
Right? Oh, God. How do you go to the police with that one?
And then people around them would have seen it unless it was at home.
Or what if, like the big guys came up and they see the baby and they're just like, whoa, I can't do that to a baby. I mean, they look like they were ready for it, though. They didn't give a shit. But that would have been funny to me if that's how it is. They just came and be like, what? Guys, come on. Come on. Can't do this to a baby.
They just all kind of stop each other, and yeah, it's just like this doesn't seem right. Check the paperwork. Oh, they take their cell phone out.
Yeah.
Which would be a tablet, I would assume, in their big ass hands. It's like, nope, it's the right email.
Right.
It's from fucking Susan in HR.
Yeah.
I don't feel right about killing the baby, guys. Get back to Zordon. Zordon's like, no, this is right. Like, no, it's not right. No. What do we do about this? Well, I guess we're going to quit. Well, then.
Are we going on strike, guys? We doing this?
We're the only three here, I would assume.
Right? Man, that would be like crazy. I don't know. It would be hard to accept the new truth, but no matter what, again, the thought of live streaming your baby's demonstration, we'll call it. Not about that life.
I do it too, but
Yeah.
I'll do what she did and just kind of be like, yeah, if you're going to kill us, I guess I'm going to hold my baby.
Yeah. And I thought that's when it got real interesting, right? Because I wasn't sure what they were going to do. I was like, oh, we're just not going to see the baby murder, but there's just implied baby murder.
Of a
We're
shadow.
going to see parent murder, But after it gets murdered, then baby starts crying. I was just like, oh shit. Thank God. I don't like kids, but I was getting real upset.
So yeah, so the baby was left to be punished. Let's call it that. And then the mom saved her baby last second, and then they essentially beat the shit out of the mom, like push her around and stuff while she's holding her baby. Dad comes out, he can't really do anything, but he's trying to defend himself. Cool, badass lawyer lady comes out,
Yeah.
tries to do her thing. Comes down to the parents essentially holding each other and their baby, and they're like, we're all gonna die together. They take the soul. There's all the souls, but the baby.
Mm-hmm.
The baby's still there, and so you're like, "Holy shit, what happened? Is this baby Jesus?"
Right?
Essentially, that's what I thought at first. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's Jesus! This is Asian Jesus."
Man. And then Nutbag tries to murk the baby. The baby had a rough day. It doesn't even know it. Thank God it's too young to remember things.
Maybe fucking might be imprinted in that brain.
Right?
just
For
sees these
some
holes
reason,
trying to
it just
kill it.
never gets out. Yeah. Just early onset trauma. You have no idea why you're fucked up so bad.
But all of a sudden, he's also, or is it a boy or a girl baby? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Anyway, that baby's like Neo and Jesus.
I don't even think they ever named it. It was just baby.
It was just baby.
Because they're like, well,
Well, you're gonna die anyway, baby.
yeah.
So,
You name it, you just get more attached.
true.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, it was a crazy show, though. Overall, I liked it. It was only 6 episodes. It still seemed to drag on at some points.
2 chapters.
Apparently.
So know
I'm
that.
going to assume 2 chapters.
2 stories.
I will say I'm very intrigued to see what happens, though. I'm so glad the streamer got his and got violently murdered. But then afterwards, especially when we see Park, the mom, come back. Essentially just I don't even know if reincarnated is the right word. Kind of, though. Just brought back to life, literally reformed. That was pretty cool the way they did it. I was actually impressed with the whole thing. But to end on that was a pretty good let's see what happens next season cliffhanger.
Yeah, because she was the very first one to let the world see what happens to you. And so her coming back, it's a very just like strong fucking start to the next season.
Because they memorialized that area. It was essentially holy ground afterwards.
Her husk or whatever.
And they put the big statue of the demonstrators out the side afterwards. So that's when it kind of got wild. Like, do you have any theories as to why she came back and what it's going to lead into?
My first thought was that if this was a hell and heaven situation, was that these people were just sent there as like a warning, like this shit's gonna happen to you, so just stop being dicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought almost like, because I think I heard this one theory where it was maybe like a testing ground where you get picked randomly if you're hellbound or not, and then you get judged when you're in hell, and maybe if you're lucky enough to pass the judgment, they send you back fully traumatized. Or I guess it seems like she healed pretty well. So,
yeah, physically, but emotionally.
Emotionally, I feel like the trauma is definitely there. Not to mention her poor children or whatever other loved ones they have. Yeah. However old they are now, exactly. They're both in college at this point or whatever. Again, I don't know what the time jump was. I mean, the lawyer lady just got a haircut and a scar, so it's really hard to judge. But, or was it, I saw a theory that maybe it was because, when the parents sacrificed themselves for the baby, then there were 2 souls put down all of a sudden, so maybe the books were off balance, so they had to bring another soul back, and that was the most worther soul? I don't
want to buy into that at all. That seems too silly.
I kind of agree with that one. I was like, I don't know about that. But then it begs the question, are others going to come back? Are we going to see the chairman come back? Are we going to see that weird dude with a gambling addiction come back? Do the parents come back? Who knows?
And that was my original theory, was that you go through some shit and you come back.
Mm-hmm.
You went through some shit. And then the government's going to have to make like a fund for these people who do come back.
Right. I mean, so can you explain this gap in your resume for the last 6 years? Yeah, I was in hell.
Remember that blip?
Remember that? Yeah. I was
seeing Avengers.
Yeah. Right. Very blippy at that point.
It was shitty.
But yeah, that'd be a hard one to explain on your resume. Okay. But also, if in this world it's true, I feel like if I were to hire somebody to yeah, I got sent to hell, I'd be like, hired. Just sympathy hire at this point. I don't even know. Like, I know you don't understand Excel, but I don't know what the job is.
Whatever job they wanted, they can have at that point. What if your job was like, I want to be a pimp? Call me Gator.
Let's find him some hoes.
Yeah.
Hey, what would you rate this show out of 10?
7.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Look at that.
Exactly what I was thinking. A solid, maybe a 7.5.
7.25.
7.25. We'll call it even. Equal. Yeah, I mean, good enough.
It's worth a watch.
I think it's definitely worth a watch. I would like to know your people's thoughts on it. I know the reviews are all over. I think most people liked it, but some people hated it.
Much like everything else.
Much like
in the
everything
world.
else. You can't please them all.
I mean, like, I guess it wasn't like the Eternals.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it takes, I mean, it's technically longer than the Eternals, but it's broken up a lot better. So,
Better storytelling.
yeah, 6 episodes, anywhere from fucking 42 minutes to an hour, depending on what they decided to give you.
I say, why the fuck not? Watch this. Watch Squid Game. Watch Train to Busan. Watch #Alive. Just get into South Korean.
Yeah, watch The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
Listen
That's
to
one I
NCT.
really like.
Yeah.
Is that a new
NCT.
K-pop band?
No, they're not new. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
Oh, it's terrible. What does it stand for? Neo Culture Technology.
Oh. I thought it was like, nice cock, Troy.
Also, our buddy Troy has a great cock. He has a very handsome dick. So, look him up on our Instagram or something, and like, at him.
Yeah. Just comment on a random picture, not one with his kids. Nice dick, bro.
And then, like, let us know you did it.
You're right. Yeah, I think that's what I got on the show, man. Overall, I liked it. I'm glad I watched it. I definitely hope it gets a second season. I look forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to go hunt down, like, the webtoon or anything else that it has, but yeah.
Give it a shot. Give it a watch. Sorry, this chair's super squeaky.
Yeah.
If you got Netflix, it's like, why the fuck not? It's going to be Christmas time here pretty soon. You got fucking vacay. Just use it. Watch it. Just fucking watch it.
And I encourage you to watch it.
Not with kids around.
Definitely not with kids around, but also read the subtitles. Don't dub it. I think more things are lost in translation with the dubbing, but also audio quality. Like, because I think I was doing some dishes or something. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll throw this on in the background for a little bit and pay attention when I need to. Not only do the voices just not really match up, but they have to get rid of the background audio in order to dub over it. And a lot of times they don't replace that. So even the little things don't sound as good. So do yourself a favor. Watch it subtitled. If you don't like to watch stuff subtitled, learn how to read better.
Or this can help you learn.
Yeah, this will be a good way to
And
do
then
it.
you can also learn, like, South Korean at the same time.
Be able to pick up a few words here and there. You're like, oh, I recognize that one. It
Agreed.
keeps
It was
popping
very
up.
silly with the English dub. Very, very silly.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't take it seriously.
Yeah. And I think, I definitely think stuff gets lost in translation either way you go, but I think more gets lost in translation when they dub it versus when it's written out. I don't know
Agreed.
why that is. I really don't. Maybe they have somebody smarter do the translation for the subtitles than they do to...
Maybe that's something we should probably do. Look into.
Yeah, that would
Just
be an
serious
interesting one.
subtitling. Just make it another. Okay, so it'd be like a Power Ranger thing. That you take the footage, but you give it different audio, and it still kicks ass.
Huh. Because I was watching, seeing South Korean one, Squid Game. There are a whole bunch of videos where South Korean, like a lot of times, our English professors or language instructors or whatever, they're very fluent in both English and Korean, are like, this is where the translation was wildly inaccurate with the subtitles. And then I watched one lady, she broke it down really well, and she's like, and then we can get into the dubbed. But I don't have the time or the patience for that right now. It's way worse. And I was just like, oh, shit. And that seems to be a theme, because there have been times, I've watched, for example, all the old Godzilla movies. I've seen most of the original Japanese ones and the English ones. And you can see, because I know I've seen them enough times in the dubs, I know exactly or the subtitles, I know what they're saying. And then I hear the dub and I'm just like, huh, interesting. They're not like necessarily major changes, especially back then, that affect it, but it's still different and it's weird to me.
Yeah. Definitely use the subtitle or watch that version with the subtitles.
Yeah.
The original movie with the subs. Also, Candy Quahog Marshmallow.
That's good enough for me. Make sure you subscribe to the show if not already. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on all things social media at Brewnomics, anywhere from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Twitch. I think that's it. I don't know. Follow me on Twitter at the Basco Fiasco. Paula on Instagram, Paula25. Spell it on your own. Until next time, I'm Jerry.
I'm Vic.
Bye. Oh, I love it.
How long was that?
I have no idea. Couldn't be that long.
It just says live on here, so I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, Korea. Oh, Korea. Okay.
The recording, which has a few minutes in the beginning, and the end is 47 minutes.
Okay, so it's like 50 minutes then. Cool.